back at the track, kiss it goodbye.
Hit hard by George, deep center field. Back goes Robson, that's out of here! Daryl George, over the center field wall.
Third base side, charging his spears, bare hand throw. What a hit slot! Center field and King Simmons is back at the track. It is gone! History for Greg Bird. His third homer of the night. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing, and this one's belted way back in the left field. There's no question. Way back, way out of here for Arturo Disla. His first homer is an 8. And welcome you to Melbourne Ballpark for the nightcap of this 2-game doubleheader between the Melbourne Aces and the Brisbane Bandits. I'm Max Tansdorn alongside Ed White. It was a 4-2 win for the Bandits in Game 1. A lot of missed opportunities on the offensive side of things for the Aces. They walked 10 batters as well. And if you're Brisbane, you executed in the spots that you needed to. 3 sacrifice flies, and that would be all they needed. Carter Hope, the pitching coach, in his second outing of the year, picked up his first save, and he looked lights out. His changeup looked phenomenal. A look at the Aces as they are wearing the Navy tops here tonight for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Second time they've worn those Navy jerseys at home this season. They now entered play for Game 2 at 12-13 on the year. Meanwhile, the Bandits 8-18. Again, just trying to gain some ground at the bottom of the ABL standings, but Ed Wyatt, it was a really good performance when you look at it from a pitching standpoint. Connor McDonald was stellar, 5 innings, allowed just that 1 run in the first inning, and got out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam. That's what you need if you're Shane Watson and the Bandits moving forward here.
Yeah, absolutely right. It was a massive effort from the Brisbane Bandits, and you've got to be happy for them. Obviously, taking off our Aces hats and shirts and just looking at it from a neutral fan standpoint or a Brisbane fan standpoint, that was a pretty gutsy effort from them. From the Aces, as you said, some wasted opportunities, some base running that probably wasn't as sharp as it's been in recent times, some real opportunities to push some runs across that didn't happen. I'd just like to see a more normal game, Max. We saw some wacky, interesting trends and occurrences in that first game. I'd just like to see a normal baseball game in this one.
You could say that again. I mean, it all started with that crazy double play where it was scored officially 5-2, 9-2, a ground ball to third base, a force out at the plate. Of course, the bases were loaded with nobody out. An errant throw from the catcher at the time, and Jake Burns that went into right field allowed Dale to score, but then Greg Bird was gunned out of the plate. And for much of the game, that was the only run that the Aces had scored. And they did eventually rally in the 6th inning, an RBI single from Greg Bird himself, and they would strand the tying run at second base, and then went quietly 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this evening's contest, starting with the visiting side in the Bandits. Jacob Robson, as he has all weekend long, leads things off in center. Max Durrington was impressive in his first start of the series in Game 1, bats second and left. Mike Hart bats third at first base. Brendan McNair, the DH, cleans up. Namo Iyang, the shortstop, bats fifth. Lee Chung Wong, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Young Chen got the Game 1 off behind the plate. He's back behind the plate for Game 2. Dermot Frisch at third, bats eighth, and Will Riley will round out the 9 at second. Gunnar Kynes, the former Melbourne Ace, will get the start. Meanwhile, on the Aces side of things, looking to bounce back offensively. Again, just 2 runs to their standards as of late. Not a lot. Aaron Whitefield gets the start in center field, leading off for the second consecutive game. Jared Dale at shortstop follows behind him. Look at this. Robbie Glendinning back in the lineup after getting Game 1 off. He'll man right field and bat third. Greg Bird back at first base for the second consecutive evening after DHing for the most part of the year. Cleans things up. Darryl George at third, bats fifth. Logan Moore, who started Game 1 at first, will man behind the plate, bats sixth. Morgan McCullough The second baseman bats 7th. Jared Belbin will DH and hit 8th. And Chris Burke, who played Spider-Man, made a specky earlier today, rounds out the 9 in left field. And Brett Irwin will get the start. Another Aces starting pitcher making his team debut here tonight. And it'll be interesting to see what they get out of him. Again, it was Joseph Cuomo who made the start in Game 1 for Melbourne. And it was an up-and-down outing. Went just about 3 2/3 of innings work, did allow 3 runs. The big bugaboo was 6 walks, so Irwin will look to fill up the zone here, Ed.
Did you just say specky?
I did say specky.
How about that? Using some AFL terminology.
Brendan Jones said, you got to call that Chris Burke catch a specky, and I said, no problem.
It was indeed.
I thought I was going to wait to work it in, but the opportunity presented itself early, and I was like, why not? Chris Burke made a couple of speckies in that one earlier today.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was one of the best plays you'll see, that robbing Durrington. The flip side of that is poor Durrington.
Yes.
Chance to get his first home run in a big situation. But I think watching him, I think there'll be plenty of opportunities for him to hit home runs in any league, maybe not just the ABL.
Oh, absolutely. Again, a teenager still. Brett Irwin getting the start, as you could see. That's Morgan McCullough. Irwin was just on your screen. Out of Fairfield, California. Pitched this year in the Frontier League, as well as the United Shore League. In fact, coming off of a USBL championship where he pitched the final 3 outs to clinch a win for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Here's Jacob Robson to get us started. First pitch is fouled straight back for strike 1, and we are underway.
This was always going to be sort of uncharted territory, Max, because we knew Tripp, we knew Morimando, but now we've got 2 new pitchers throwing in both the opening game and this game. So, really not sure what you're working with here, not sure what you're going to get out of these guys who sort of just arrived. So, will be fascinating.
Next pitch misses down low, 2-1 the count. And I'm sure for Peter Moreland, the pitching coach for the Aces, John Diebel, the manager as well, it's kind of hard to map out a day like this where you have 2 games and have to cover 14 innings with your pitching staff. And at least a quarter of your staff you haven't really seen pitch in person.
Exactly.
But if there's any 2 men that can figure it out, it's those. 3-1. Swinging a top-spinning ground ball past McCullough and through into right center field. How about Jacob Robson? He has been phenomenal. Couple of base hits in Game 1, including a double and an RBI single, and he starts things off with a base knock here.
Absolutely been on a tear after that opening night where he struggled at the plate and in the field, and he has been just a man on a mission.
Well, here's Max Durrington. As we mentioned, robbed of a homer in Game 1, would have been the first of his ABL careers. The pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. It'll be interesting to see how the wind factors in here. Again, it was gusting out to left field in Game 1, but the flag's in left field, hanging down completely still right now. Much more calmer here at the ballpark as that pitch misses up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, you're right. Flag's barely rippling at all. That could change in an instant, as we saw last night.
And it might. 2-0. Fouled straight back. 2-1 the count here on Durrington. Of course, it's not out of the picture and out of the ordinary for a teenager to be playing in this league, especially one from Australia. In
Correct.
fact, there's development players on both sides of the ball. We saw Antonis Macias for the first 6 rounds. Runner goes, pitch is fouled straight back, 2-2. Antonis, of course, 19 years old as well. But this has got to be a really cool experience for Durrington, who I'm sure grew up with Australian Baseball League opportunities as a fan, and of course, signing a professional contract with the Oakland Athletics. Here he is with a real first professional full season, 2-2. Swinging it's fisted into right center field. This one's down for a base hit. First and second, nobody out. Back-to-back knocks for the Bandits.
He's got the pedigree. Durrington, obviously, with his dad, as I mentioned, played in the majors with the Angels and the Brewers. So, he's a member of the Australian Baseball Hall of Fame. So, obviously, the kid grew up with it. And I tell you what, love what I'm seeing from him as a baseball fan and someone who wants to see Australian baseball continue to get better.
He turns 18 next February, so just 17 years old. Here's Mike Hart, first pitch. Up and away, 1-0. Hart had a good game one. A single and a double, also walked.
And a couple of great plays at first.
Really important plays, especially early on to that game. 1-0. Skied out to shallow center. Whitefield ranging in. So is Glendinning over to his right. It's Whitefield who makes the catch. Robson takes the tag from second. Good throw from Aaron. One away. First out in the ABL career of Irwin here.
Yeah, that'll be a big relief for him. Gives up 2 hits to the first 2 batters, then to get that one out. That will, you would think, would put him at ease a little bit. Still not out of the inning, obviously, but I think it probably makes him feel a little bit better to get that first out.
Slows the heart rate down. Pitching in front of a big crowd. And a lot of the fans from game one have stuck around. Strike called, 0-1 on McNair. Who is yet to homer in this series, tied with Arturo Diesla for the ABL League. They both have 7, but Diesla, after heading back home to get ready for his 2025 here with the Rangers system, will finish with 7 as this one's popped up in the no man's land. Bird is over. It's over his head. Strike 2.
That was in a very tricky spot for Bird to get to, as he mentioned. Not the most fleet of foot of the aces, and just in a very tricky spot for him to get to. He gave it a shot, but just dropped foul.
So 0-2 the count on McNair. Again, this is a 7-inning game as well tonight for game 2. So scoring early, pivotal. 0-2. 1-2. I'll tell you what, my multitasking has been tested in the last 10 minutes, and it has been a rush. Good thing I got some coffee in between the games. Love that they sell coffee here. It's perfect. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit, cutting across his Dale to the bag for 1. What a beauty! 6-3 double play. Exactly what Brett Irwin needed. That'll end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors or runner left as we get another look. Softly hit, but it took Dale right where he needed to go. Taps the foot, tosses over in plenty of time. We head to the bottom of the first. Aces will swing the bats for the first time tonight when we come back.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Look at that sunset. A beautiful night it's turned out to be here at the ballpark after an hour-long weather delay in Game 1. We're just getting started here in Game 2. Big crowd on hand tonight, and all these fans enjoying a long day of baseball. I wouldn't have it any different, Ed.
Yeah, it's a great night. Crowd sticking around, as you mentioned, get 2 for the price of 1. Like to see an Aces win, however. I think a lot of these fans were hoping that they would see it in the last game, but alas, wasn't to be.
Pitcher on the mound for Brisbane in this one, a 2-time ace in 2 separate seasons, left-hander Gunnar Kynes. 2020 made 8 starts for the Aces. 2023 last year made 8 starts as well. He's been in the Australian Baseball League for 5 years, and he's never doubled up with a team in consecutive seasons. Started with Adelaide in 19, Melbourne in 2020, Perth in 2022, Melbourne in 2023, and Brisbane here in 2024. He's taken the tour around the league. Here's his former teammate Aaron Whitefield to start things off. First pitch is up and away. Ball 1. Outing number 7 for Kynes, start number 6, a 2.73 ERA over 29 and 2/3 of an innings work. He has been really good. And after a win in Game 1, this is lining up exactly, I'm sure, how Shane Watson was hoping to be. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yeah, you got a veteran here in the second game. You already got a win under your belt. You got a guy with experience like Kynes and who has pitched here before. I think you're right. I think it works out really well for Shane.
Brisbane only had to use one bullpen arm in Game 1, too, so they should be fairly fresh. 1-2 now. Again, they did have to use 4 relievers yesterday, so it was key that Connor McDonald, the Game 1 starter, gave them as much as he could, and he did more than that. He was fantastic. Earned the win. Kynes ahead at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. 2-2. We talked about it a little bit. In Game 1, the Aces loaded the bases quickly against McDonald. A hit by pitch, a single, and a walk to pack them full with nobody out, but only were able to produce 1 run and then went scoreless up until the 6th. 2-2. Fisted up the line. Hart is over. Takes it to the bag, 1 away. He's been busy on the defensive side.
He certainly has.
So 1 up, 1 down. Whitefield retired. Here's Jared Dale. It's got to be interesting because 14 innings in a day is a lot, of course, but on top of that, you have essentially 14 innings being played, and you had a 30 to 35 minute break in between. It's almost like a halftime show. And these guys probably not exactly used to that. Swing and a miss, 0-1. They have played in 3 separate other doubleheaders this year, so it's not like they are too unfamiliar with the up and down. But this was a quick turnaround. It's almost like there was a weather delay or something, and they're resuming play now. 1-1 now the count on Dale. Jared was 2 for 3 in Game 1, now holding a 6-game hit streak. If he could pick up a hit here in Game 2, he would tie Diesla for the longest hit streak by an Aces player this year. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Of course, if you're not including Aaron Whitefield's 20-game hit streak, which ranged from the end of last season into this year. Here's the wind from Kynes and the 1-2. 2-2. Pretty calm in terms of temperature, 17 degrees Celsius. You're at 8:45 local time. 2-2, got him swinging, blew a fastball by him. 2 away, good start here for Kynes.
Yeah, he's got that in his repertoire. He's a very crafty pitcher.
Next man for your Melbourne Aces, Robbie Glendenning.
So here's Glendenning after Game 1 off. Back in the middle of this lineup thing. Having him inserted in the 3-hole lengthens this lineup so much. He had a big game last night. First pitch. Weak wave and a miss for strike 1. Made the diving catch in the 6th inning to keep things tied at 2. Would eventually pick up an RBI single late. Homered on Thursday night as well. 3 homers to his name this season. 0-1. Down evens up.
Hey, good to see him back in the lineup. We heard he wasn't feeling well. Didn't play in that first game.
One delivery. 2-1 now.
2-1.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A lot of whiff induced from Kynes early on. 2-2 now here the count. For Kynes, his last outing was against Perth last week, a week ago today. Went 5 innings, did not allow a run, 3 strikeouts on 3 hits. Been able to get deep into ball games in every single outing this year. He's gone at least 4 2/3 in each of his last 4 starts. 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2. Our good friend Jeff Dunn calling balls and strikes back there. Takayuki Ichikawa at first, Casey Cook at second, Koki Suzuki at third. This is the first time Dunn is umping behind home plate since the collision with Whitefield. Here's the wind to the payoff to Glendinning. Stop straight back. Look out, Ed.
Oh, what a grab.
That was almost no look.
Sign him up.
That was incredible. Puts it in his pocket.
Get him out there.
Oh, he's done it before, I'll tell you that.
Look at that.
Oh, so calm. What's his heart rate right now?
He looks like a player, doesn't he? That looks like a player.
I'd love to see a shot of that again. It knocked off the facade of the overhang, and he didn't even move, and it landed right in his lap. Here's the wind and the 3-2 again. Up and away, ball 4. First base runner of game 2 here for the Aces. A walk to Glendinning sets things up for Greg Bird as we get another look. Here we go. Fouled straight back with some heat on it. Do we get a look?
Just put his hand up and caught it.
Easy. He didn't even turn his head.
No.
What was better, Chris Burke's catch or that one?
That
You know
could
what
be our
that
play
was?
of the game.
A specky.
That was a spec. Now you'll be using it every inning.
Yes. Apologies in advance. Here's Greg Bird. First pitch. Strike called 0-1. What was the other one he gave me?
Hanger.
A hanger.
Yeah.
That's for a leaping grab?
Yeah, you jump up and grab it, sort of hang in the air as you bring it down.
Okay.
Spectacular mark, as they
In
call
footy.
it in AFL footy, yes.
Our ticket guy, Zach Maraca, would be proud of me for picking up on that. He's been teaching me the ways of footy.
Nice.
0-1. Look out, lined over the shed out of play. 0-2 the count. I've been seeing a lot of the Aces players before the game kicking the footy around. Chris Burke, Declan Spears, a couple of them leading the way. They were looking to put some air in it the other day. Hines ready. Here's the 0-2 to Bird. Up and away. 1-2. Well, we asked Chris Burke what his favorite non-baseball activity was. It was kicking the footy.
There you go.
Big footy fan. One and two the Bird. Swing and a miss. Went upstairs with a fastball to end the inning. Couple of punch-outs for Gunnar Kynes in his return to Melbourne. Hangs a 0 on the board here in the first. Top of the second on its way. No score here in Melbourne. Oh, look at that. That's as comfy as it gets right there. The blanket, the relaxing chair, and baseball right in your lap. Good one to enjoy here at the ballpark. 14 innings of baseball here in Melbourne as we start inning number 2. No score between the Bandits and the Aces. Max Stanzer here with Ed Wyatt for every Aces home game this season. So you can see that third base grandstand pretty packed as well. There's the dugout. A look at John Moramondo and Steve Kent. A couple of good outings from them in this series.
Kind of. What do you think they're talking about? Pitching?
Maybe the specky from Chris Burke. All right, that's the last one. That's the last one. I'm done. Never using it again. Now Moe Yang leads things off here. Brett Irwin out for another inning of work. First pitch is a breaking ball upstairs. Irwin got out of trouble in the first inning, inducing a 6-3 double play ball.
He
off
did.
The bat.
And that
Perfect
double
there.
play, of course, brought to you by Master Dry Cleaners. Need to mention that on board with the Aces this year. Every time there's a double play, we've seen a few. I don't know if we've seen a lot. We've seen a few.
Here's the 2-0. 3-0. If they turn to triple play, instead of Master Dry Cleaners triple play, maybe.
Absolutely. I would roll with that.
I can't imagine any companies asking for that to be associated with them. Because what, a triple play, you're lucky if it happens once in a season.
Once in your lifetime. I did have one. I will tell you this very quickly. When I was playing Little League, I was third baseman, and I had a chance. There was a triple play, but I could have made it unassisted.
Oh,
But I didn't think about it.
oh my goodness!
Because I remember my dad, I'm like, it was a triple play. My dad goes, you could have had it unassisted. Thanks, Dad. I just helped make a triple play.
It doesn't count if it's not unassisted. I'm
Jeez,
sorry.
I couldn't believe it.
Here's Lee Chung Wong. First pitch. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes up and away.
Little small
Ball
ball
one.
here from the Bandits.
They-
We saw the bunt successful in their last game. Sacrifice from Yang.
Yang and Daryl George dropped down a
Yes.
good sacrifice in the 6th inning as well. Yang with good speed at first, and that is a healthy lead over there. 1-0 from Irwin. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
Doesn't show bunt that time, although I have noticed with some of these, particularly the Japanese players, they're very adept at going from looking like they're going to swing to then laying down a bunt, rather than automatically showing you bunt.
A little deception
Yeah.
inside. 3-0 now the count. That's 7 consecutive balls to start the inning here for Brett Irwin. Walks were an issue for the Aces in the first game. 9 of them as a pitching staff. Or 10, excuse me. 3-0. Strike called. 3-1. Hun Chan on deck here for the Bandits. Hitters count to 3-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball through that hack. 3-2. Have the Aces turned to triple play in your time covering the team?
Ooh.
3-2. Popped up third base side. Daryl George scampering over. It's out of play.
It's a very good question, Max. I don't recall one, but
I don't know if I've ever seen one in person, to be honest with you.
yeah, I don't know either, other than that one playing in the halfway Little League
Yeah.
in halfway Maryland.
I was broadcasting that game, actually. I remember.
Yeah. Your grandfather might have been broadcasting.
I don't think I was a thought yet. 3-2 still the count here with nobody out. Again, a huge lead for Yang. Let's move over there.
That Little League, by the way, was the same Little League of Nick Aidenhart. Remember the pitcher that was tragically in the car accident, the Angels pitcher many years ago.
Oh, yes. Another
Yeah.
check to first.
That was the same Little League, halfway Little League, which is now named after him. At
Oh,
the
wow.
Aidenhart Stadium. It was a big, big deal, obviously. Horrible thing.
3-2. Yang make that Wong stays alive.
Good at bat.
Still 3-2. Well, it's starting to get to that twilight time of the night again. We talked about it with Chris Berg. You mentioned your conversation with him where him and Belbin lost a ball in left center field. And at first glance, it looked like a routine fly ball, but it's really anything but that when you lose it in that twilight sky. Next pitch is called for strike 3. A big one for Irwin. 1 away.
Wong. I don't think Wong was impressed with that call.
Front door little two-seamer right at his knees.
Let's have a look. Tricky one.
Good spot either way. 1 away. Here's Hyun Chan down to the 7th spot in the lineup.
Wong kind of crowds the plate a bit, so I think it looked a little more dramatic.
First pitch. Strike called. 0-1. We'll see if Yang takes off. He's been really aggressive over there with his lead. So far this season, he has yet to steal a base.
Yeah, the lead is massive. You're right.
And Irwin is big cautious. He's picked over about 3 times so far. One. Bluffed it. Outside. 2-1.
Little cat and mouse game going on there.
Picked up an RBI double yesterday. That was, at the time, a big one in the 3rd inning. Gave Brisbane a 2-1 lead. Roped it just out of the reach of Daryl George. 2-1 is fisted into shallow right. Whitefield make that. Glendenning makes the catch, and they're going to double off Yang at first, who I think probably thought there was 2 away, was going on contact, and Glendenning turns his second double play from the outfield this year. It's brought to you by who other than Master Dry Cleaners. 9-3 Twin Killer ends the inning. Back-to-back frames, which a double play ends the frame. We head to the bottom of the second, no score.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Getting a little chilly. About time to put the sweatshirt, the jackets on, the hoodies, I should say. As Gunnar Kynes comes out for his second inning of work. Packed onto the diner down the first base side. Can get some drinks, some snacks, and what's been a day-long excursion filled with baseball. Brisbane took game 1 4-2, and we're scoreless here in the bottom of the second to open up game 2.
Yeah, well, it started at 5, but then there was that rain delay at 6. So a little peek behind the curtain. We normally get here. You're here all day working. Obviously, I'm not an employee really of the Aces, so I get here about 2 hours before, so I get here about 3 o'clock. We shoot our open. We do some research and stuff and kind of chill out a little bit. But then you got the extra hour because it was pushed back till 6, so it has been a pretty long day. Then we've got very little time to prepare, half an hour between games.
Yes, we got the lineup, I think, 8 minutes before first pitch. We were opening the game, and I was still writing the lineups in my book. But we got it done. That's all that matters. Daryl George will lead things off, and another milestone to his name. This is game number 379 for him. He passes David Sutherland for 5th all-time in Australian Baseball League history. First pitch to him is a strike, 0-1. It's been a year rich with new milestones for Daryl.
Yes.
And he continues to climb that all-time games played leaderboard. Kynes from the wind. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. 1-1.
Yeah, plenty of records set by one of the great aces of all time, if not the greatest.
Mr. Ace, as you've coined.
Yeah.
1-1. Swing and a miss out in front of an off-speed pitch.
Good pitch.
1-2. George also 11 hits away from tying Logan Wade for second all-time. 2 runs batted in from tying Boss Morinara for 6th all-time in ABL history. 1-2. Look out in the dugout. Oh, my goodness.
Another one.
It hit the netting, so I think everyone's okay. It looks like it.
Wow.
Now it was right towards Peter Moylan, as you can see him right there on your screen. He's right back in there, right back on the saddle.
Trying to look like it didn't really worry him.
Nothing happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's one of the great all-time names of the ABL, Boss Moana Roa.
I know, I was going to say I needed to try that one again.
Yeah.
Moana Ora?
Moana Roa.
Moana Rora.
Roa.
Roa, jeez.
Luckily we're not broadcasting games in New Zealand.
Yes.
You'd be taken off the air.
2-2 now to count.
Can you say Tuatara?
Tuatara.
Very good. That's good.
Moana Roa.
Yeah.
Moana Roa. Okay. Just needed a couple practice tries. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went after a fastball upstairs. 3 strikeouts already for Kynes. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning.
Hardly saw a strikeout in that first game. He's already got 3.
That's a good point. The Aces were so aggressive One, Connor McDonald, the starter for Brisbane, his pitch count was in such good shape. He ended up striking out nobody. And then it was Carter Hope who came into the game and struck out 4 batters to record the last 5 outs. First pitch to Logan Moore, a slow bender in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, it's, having seen Kynes any number of times, he just is got a lot of things in his kit bag.
0-1. Up and away. Count evens up at 1-1. Moore picked up his first hit here at home. A double off the wall the other way and left.
It's great to see that.
Almost got out. Racing over the head of Max Durrington and left. 1-1 coming. Buckled in with a breaking ball, 1-2. That's a good pitch, especially to the lefty.
I was just going to say, that's a tough pitch if you're a left-handed hitter.
Starts behind you and then just
drops in.
Sneaks up on you. Morgan McCullough on deck. 1-2 from Kynes. Swing and a miss. That elevated fastball has been lethal tonight for the left-hander. 4 strikeouts now. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
Well, that's the thing. He comes with a fastball. He's got that big breaking ball. Just very clever.
Tunneling that fastball off of that breaking ball, to your point. You think it's going to drop back down into the zone, and instead it just stays up. Looks like it's rising on you. First pitch to McCullough is a soft roller wide of first. Hart Charger's going to try and beat him to the bag, and he does by about a step and a half.
Good speed from the big man.
Absolutely. He's been busy over there at first base tonight. A 1-2-3 frame for Gunnar Kynes. He's got 4 punch-outs through 2 innings. To the top of the third we go. No score here in Melbourne.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialty. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Great shot of the party deck. Game is scoreless as we head to the top of the third. Jeff Lund, Taxation and Accounting, provides professional accounting and tax services. Call 0409-431-439 and let them keep your business in order today. Jeff Lund, Taxation and Accounting.
Getting started here in the top of the third. Brett Irwin back out for his third frame. He's looked really good so far. Dermot Frisch will lead it off. First pitch, ported for a strike, 0-1. Irwin has induced 2 double plays to end his first 2 innings as an ace. One, the more typical ground ball, 6-3 double play. The other, 9-3. 0-1. Strike called 0-2. None will top the 5-2, 9-2 double play we saw earlier. I'm still not over it. I'm going to be dreaming about that play.
Oh, it's crazy.
I know. Here's the 0-2. Up and in, 1-2. I'm going to be sitting at a campfire somewhere around the world. Might be America, I don't know, Canada, something like that.
I once saw a game
where the bases were loaded with nobody out, and they turned a 5-2, 9-2 play. They're going to be like, are you talking about a robot from Star Wars or something? What do you mean? 2-2 now the count.
Baseball people will get it.
They might not, though. They might be like, how does that happen?
True. That's a very good point.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and it's popped up right field side. And McCullough ranges over to make the catch. 1 away. 1 up, 1 down. Irwin has looked very good at inducing soft contact so far. It's been tough to find a barrel against him. Will Riley digs to the plate. Got the start in game 1 as well. He's 0 for 2. so far on the day. Flew out to center, struck out, and walked in game 1. First pitch rides upstairs. 1-0 the count. I like the socks that Irwin is rocking with. Here's the 1-0. 2-0 now the count. Traditionally,
I agree. Yeah, with the Aces socks.
Yeah, that's a new thing that's developed over the last 5-6 years in baseball. Usually it's always been the stirrups are just the solid color and that's it, but teams have been working at putting logos in now. Next pitch is strike 2-1. Just got to further rep the brand, right?
Yeah, like it. And you can sell them.
Yes, you can. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2, and Irwin revving up the engines here in the third inning. A little more swing and miss. He has 1 strikeout. That was against Wong back in the second. Two. Swing at a ground ball, stung, but right at Jared Dale. Pick and throw, got him. 2 away.
I got to say, Max, as slowly as that first game went, this game's kind of flying. I look down, it's already the third inning. We're almost halfway through this thing.
And then this is where they look back and say the game slowed down.
When I said that.
Final attendance for today, 1,732. Back-to-back nights where we've reached the 1,700 threshold. Couple of good nights here at the ballpark. Thank you for all the fans for showing up. Pitch to Robson upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, it's been great to be back. Still got 1 more to go. And then we got 2 more homestands in January, which will be very exciting.
How about what will be a round 10 finale? Aces versus Giants. A rematch of last year's semi and what could have many playoff implications.
Certainly could.
Aces will also host the Sydney Blue Sox in round 9. They head to Perth next week, which, again, talk about implications. 2-0 is lined. Look out. Chuck and Duck special. Single for Robson, and he just continues to pound the baseball.
It's unbelievable.
Back-to-back at-bats with singles for him. He's now got 4 hits between 2 games today. Look at this.
Oh, man.
Don't blank.
Just ripped that.
Breaks a stretch of 4 in a row retired from Irwin. Here's Max Durrington. Singled himself as well. The liner to right center back at the first. Irwin set the pitch. Up and away. 1-0.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about this league is watching a kid like Max Durrington sort of making his debut season, if you will.
1-0.
I mean, I mentioned it with Fritsch years ago when, we saw him. He's certainly not on the talent level potentially of a Durrington, but just kind of, this kid's not too bad at third. He's all right. He's hanging in there, and then, he becomes a career ABL player.
And he didn't appear in a game in the A's organization this year. Pitch called a strike 2-1. So really this is his first taste of professional organized baseball.
Yeah.
Of course, tournament play not included in that. Plenty of baseball experience for him in his 17 years. Pitch called a strike 2-2.
Good pitch.
A lot of arm side movement for Irwin. Living horizontally so far with the strike zone tonight. 2-2 with 2 down. Robson at first. Pitch on the way. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. Brett Irwin, welcome to the Aces. He's also just earned all the fans a free batch of popcorn as they range to the concessions. Take another look. Perfectly placed on the outer edge. 3 scoreless frames as we head to the bottom of the third. Aces coming up after this.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Look at that sunset. What do you rank it 1 out of 10 at?
I just said 7.5. It's in the 7 range. I've seen better.
Over under the 7.5.
I don't know. I'd say
okay.
it's a push.
Okay, I like that. Look at that line to get some free popcorn after the strikeout from Brett Irwin to end the inning. It's never ending. When free popcorn's on the line, that line will go on all the way to the train station. Wow, it's really never ending. That is incredible. I thought I was kind of joking at first, but it's still going. They're running out of room over there. There it is. There it is. Maybe it'll loop around. Well, we welcome you back. Bottom of the third, no score. And Jared Belbin will lead things off against Gunnar Kynes, who has looked really good. 4 strikeouts through 2 scoreless innings. First pitch, breaking ball. Down straight back.
Hey, geez, the crowd is just on fire tonight.
Is that the glove that we saw getting relaced earlier? A little foreshadowing? I think it might have been.
Nice work, young man.
Bring your glove to the ballpark every time, no matter how old you are. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. I've met some people who say if you're like above the age of 17 or 18, you're not allowed to bring your glove to the park. I think the reasoning is because they don't want adults trying to take balls away from kids.
Yeah.
So, and I agree with that, but you never know. What if there's a liner hit right at you?
Yeah.
0-2 to Belbin.
What if you need to protect the person next to you, your partner, your friend? You got a glove? You can. Here, we might get a look at that.
This is why you bring
Here it is.
glove.
Watch this. Oh, reaches out, grabs it. Look
Easy.
at that. Piece of cake, can of corn.
Kynes nods his head. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, chopped up the middle. Riley circles around, throws a bit wide, but Hart at first base keeps his back foot on the bag. 4-3 putout retires Belbin and starts the third. Let's take a look at some of the scores around the league. There are plenty of games that have relevance for the Aces. Sydney and Canberra. Sydney won 4-1 and 5-3 earlier today. So they're really pinning it to Canberra, who entered yesterday just about a game or so back of first place. Here's Chris Burke. First pitch is upstairs. Ball 1. One of the big ones for the Aces as well to look at is the Perth versus Giants game. Currently in the top of the 7th inning, Giants lead 5-2. They have the bases loaded. Aces need the Giants to win that one because Perth is now tied with Melbourne.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count.
Strangely, we don't have to root for Adelaide.
I mean, really pick your poison on who's going to win and lose.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Beauty of a 6-team lead. I've been saying it all year long.
Yep.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That fastball's got some heat on it. 1-2.
1-2.
So if Adelaide holds on to that lead and ends up winning, the Aces will guarantee at least entering tomorrow still in that 4th and final playoff spot. But really, with the Perth series coming up next weekend, it doesn't matter too much what happens here. That's really where both sides can control their own destiny and set the tone for the final 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, the Aces are playing Perth, Sydney, and Adelaide.
Yes.
So,
it's beautiful, right?
It is. It's beautiful.
It's right in front of them.
Ugly in kind of the same way.
Aces poised to take the tiebreaker, too, because they swept Perth here at home earlier in the year. 2-2 is fouled straight back. Count holds at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of homers projected to be in that series. Perth first in the ABL in long balls. The Aces right behind them in second. By the way, Game 1 marked the first game here at home without a homer for Melbourne since Saturday, November 17th against Canberra. This one chopped down the line. Tricky hop for Hart. Burke is going to beat this one out. The flip a little bit high, but I think Chris would have been safe either way. Infield single, first hit of the night for Melbourne. 1 on and 1 out.
You got to get on any way you can, and Berkey's not just a home run hitter.
Yes.
This is good.
Showing off the speed.
Very tricky spot. And, yeah, he's got the speed, and he was down the line really quickly. Also, as a left-hander, that helps.
An extra step or two.
Yeah.
Lineup flips over for Aaron Whitefield now. This is a recipe for success for Melbourne. Aaron grounded out to first back in the first inning. Whitefield, Dale, and Glendinning here looming against Kynes as they see him for a second time. Pitch. Breaking ball glides in, 0-1.
Glides is right. Just kind of slid in there, didn't it?
It looks like Kynes hides the ball really well. I don't want to see short-arming it, but kind of just shoots it really quickly. A little bit closed off, too, so I'm sure it's really hard to pick up. 0-1. Soft liner foul, 0-2. And we've been seeing those swings all night long. Again, late, not emergency hacks, but that fastball's got some giddy up on it. A lot of late life. It's almost like Kynes in his delivery coils himself back, so you really can't pick up the ball until maybe a split second after it's left his hand, which really is a big difference.
That noise you heard was not Max dropping something.
Pitch is down low, 1-2. Yes, something just fell behind us. It was not a Coke.
That was not you.
My Coke from earlier today has stood strong.
Just wanted to make that clear that I think it was a piece of, it might have been the handle of a chair, Max.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think you had a chair issue.
That's not good. 1-2 the count here on Whitefield. Pitch. Still 1-2.
I love how the guys on the party deck just kind of think they're going to grab him. It was like sailing over their head by like 10 meters.
They're all still hanging out there, too.
They had the one chance, and it bounced off the wall there.
I don't know if they would be better off trying to grab that one anyway. That one came in with some heat.
Sure did.
Aaron looking to protect. Here's the 1-2. Runner goes. Pitch inside. Throw down to second. On line. The tag. Not in time. First stolen base of the season for Burke. A really good throw from Hyun Chan Came in on an in-between hop, and maybe that brought the glove of Yang up and allowed Chris to slide in underneath.
Yeah, it was really close. Yeah, just a little late. Yeah. Great slide.
Yes.
2 slides. Burke slides into first and second. How about that?
Look at that jersey. It's getting its money's worth. First stolen base of the day, too, by the way, between a game and a half now for Melbourne. Go ahead run in scoring position with plus speed. Inside move, no one covering. Whitefield with 9 ribbies on the season. 5 of them have come in the last 2 nights. Two. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Darts off the plate and pulls the string. Strikeout number 5 for Kynes. 2 down.
Next time for Royal Melbourne Aces, Jared Dale.
Here's Jared Dale now. Burke will be going on contact at second base. Season high for Kynes, by the way, in strikeouts, 9. He's done so twice, once against Perth and the other against Adelaide. First pitch. Swing and a foul tip held on. Strike 1. 0-1.
Yeah, he is a legit ABL pitcher. No doubt about that. You just kind of admire him, really, the way he works. The pitches in his repertoire.
And the majority of these hitters in this lineup tonight were teammates with him last year. Again, not too much turnover.
True.
Or a plenty of turnover make that. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Thought about the snap throw, but no one was covering. So now Dale will have to protect.
Not sure I'd worry about that snap throw when Kynes is pitching like this. I get that he's man in scoring position, but you don't want to risk it.
Especially with Burke's speed. We've seen the ball thrown around a couple of times, and it's resulted to runs today. 0-2. Just outside by a hair or two. Really good take from Dale. 1-2 now.
Looks like he's set up pretty far outside on him. Maybe that played into that. Now he's moved more central location.
Arms left to right in the outfield for Brisbane. Durrington, Robson, and Wong. We've already seen 2 outfielders throw out runners at the plate today. That was Robson in center and Wong in right in game 1. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Got him on the outside corner, a similar spot, and this time got the call to ring up Dale. 6 punch-outs through 3 innings for Gunnar Kynes. He has been in a rocking chair all night long. Top of the 4th on its way. No score here in Melbourne.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. SEN is your home for sport. Download the SEN app to listen live to SEN's network of stations and get the best news and live coverage in Australia. Enter tipping contests, catch the latest on AFL, horse racing, cricket, and so much more. SEN, download the app today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Brett Irwin out for his 4th inning of the night. Another look at what recently was a packed line of future popcorn enjoyers, and now it looks like they all have been served. That was quick. Good work from the Aces staff. Mike Hart to lead it off against Irwin. First pitch is down low, ball 1. We have a final in Perth. Adelaide wins 5-2 in a 7-inning contest, so technically speaking, the Aces move a half game ahead of the Heat for 4th place in that final playoff spot. And if they win this one right here, they would move a full game ahead. So this is an extra important one. 2-0. Swing, and this one is sent high into the air down the left field line. Burke ranging over. So is George. It's George who makes the catch with just a smidge of room left. One away.
That's a great play from Darryl. Very tricky, as we mentioned. Not as much wind tonight, so that helped, but still tricky running that way. And with that fence and netting right there, it's not easy.
It's a tough angle, too.
Yeah, very tough angle. Forgot to mention Berkey with that steal, Max. Brought to you by South Morang Motors. They're good friends up there. Every time the Aces steal a base, it's courtesy of South Morang Motors.
First pitch to McNair. Misses upstairs, ball 1-0. McNair lined out to right in what turned out to be a 9-3 double play that ended the 2nd inning. Or make that the 1st inning. That was a 6-3 double play.
Yeah, the 9-3 was wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. So many double plays.
I know. And so many quirky double plays.
2-1 the count to McNair. 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. It was a little bit of a rocky start for Irwin in the first. He gave up back-to-back singles. But that double play was huge, and ever since then he has been grooving. Maybe some nerves, maybe just wiping up some rust. So that pitch misses upstairs, ball 4. Second walk he's allowed. Good speed on the base paths. McNair has already stolen the base today. He's got 7 on the year in 9 attempts. Namoe Yang, the shortstop, digs in. Logo Sox versus Logo Sox. First pitch, a strike, 0-1.
It's a beauty of a pitch, that one.
And he's going to get a lot of ground balls with the sink on that fastball, especially to right-handed hitters. Is grounded into a double play, or make that a Yang at the plate. has rolled into a double play earlier in the series. 0-1. Up and in. Look out. 1-1.
You don't need any more hit batters.
Well, no, we do
We
not.
don't need that. We've seen enough.
One. Down and away. 2-1.
2 balls, 1.
Irwin just over 60 pitches now. 2-1. Chopped foul. 2-2. Again, a 7-inning game here for game 2. And it does feel like one of those ones where whoever scores first might end up winning it with how much the pitching has dominated so far. But as we saw yesterday in a pitcher's duel through 6 innings, these games could flip on a dime.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule anything out after what we saw in that first game. So many quirky plays.
2-2. Down and away. 3-2 now. Irwin will have to win this count. Lee-Chung Wong on deck. McNair goes. 3-2 is just outside. They very likely could have had to strike him out double, throw him out double play, but it is ball 4 to force the walk.
Wow.
And it was a close pitch. That would have been a double play to end the inning. The second base umpire, Casey Cook, did call McNair out. That's a tough break for the Aces, but ball 4 does force him into second.
Great throw.
Really good throw from Moore right there.
Jeez, I tell you what, that was a very close play.
Back-to-back walks. Now 3 on the night for Irwin. Mace's pitching has walked 13 between a game and a half today. Chance for Lee-Chung Wong to get the Bandits on the board. First pitch. Popped up down the left field line again. Here's George in the same spot. It's out of play.
That's a lot of walks for 7-inning games, isn't it?
It
you
is.
kind of forget it's not a 9-inning game.
Absolutely. Well, it was 10 in game 1 and now 3 here tonight. So through 10 innings, 13 walks.
That's more than a walk an inning.
It is.
Wow. When you kind of forget sometimes the 7-inning game when you're looking at your stats.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. From an average standpoint, you usually try and measure it to a 9-inning sample, but in that case,
exactly.
You cut a third of the game off almost. 1-1 the count here on Wong.
Gotta forget about that. It's going through my head. Oh yeah, that's a lot of walks.
It's a lot of walks for a 9-inning game,
it is.
even a 7-inning game.
Correct. That's kind of what I was working on. I sort of went, wait, that's a lot.
2-1 now the count on Wong, who struck out looking back at the second inning. Worked a 3-2 count in that one as well. Two 1. 3-1 now. So hitters count. Irwin's done a good job of battling back when he has fallen into these advantageous counts for Brisbane. Gonna have to be careful though. Pitch. Chopped off the foot of Wong. Irwin pouncing on it. 3-2. Ready to defend his position right there. I love it. The inning started with the pop out to third and foul ground off the bat of Mike Hart. Walk took McNair and a walk to E. Yang since. Three-two. Up and away, ball 4. So the bases are loaded here for Brisbane on 3 straight walks. And a big chance for Hyung Chan who lined to do that 9-3 double play earlier, and Logan Moore went out to the mound to have a conversation. The positive is a right-hander up with the repertoire that Irwin has. A good opportunity to try and get a ground ball. But has been one of the most lethal hitters in this lineup this year.
And it's a big moment here. Just one out, bases loaded, short game.
First pitch. Swing, and it's sent in the air, deep out to left field. Burke is back at the track. He leaps. He can't get this one. It's gone. A grand slam for Hyuncham and Brisbane breaks this one wide open with one swing. It's 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. Home run number 6 for RBIs 15, 16, 17, and 18, and rightfully so. He's fired up.
Yeah, it's a huge hit. Huge hit in the terms of where this game sits and where this series sits. And look how excited they are.
They are looking poised to pick up a doubleheader sweep here today. Again, still time left in this game. But in a 7-inning contest, a swing like that, especially with how good Gunnar Kynes has looked, puts them in a really good spot. Breaking ball right in the middle of the plate, and he took care of it.
A little bit of a trip going around the base. Yeah, it's impressive.
So that resets things here. Base is empty here with one down for Dermot Frisch. First pitch. Down and away, ball one. No action in the Aces bullpen as we speak. Again, some guys walking around, but no one throwing. That's Joey Steele who's standing up right now. 1-0.
Well, Max, what are we just talking about? Walks. 3 walks in a row and a home run. I mean, these are free. They don't call them free passes for nothing. You've essentially said, here, take first base.
2-0. 3-0 now.
And Fritz is one of those guys that's going to make you throw a strike. He's going to sit up there and force you to throw a strike. He'll take this one, too.
Right over the heart, 3-1. Irwin now at just about 75 pitches. This is definitely going to be his last inning. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that one, 3-2. And he's ready to go on that first base side of the mound. Payoff. Count straight back. Count still holds. Well, the Aces will send up 3, 4, and 5 in their order in the fourth. And we know this is an offense who is capable of putting up crooked numbers quite quickly. 7 runs in the 7th inning yesterday. Here's the 3-2 again. Upstairs ball 4. 4th walk of the inning. 5th of the night from Irwin. Aces pitching staff has walked 15 over 1+ games now. Joey Steele starting to get hot in the bullpen for Melbourne here, as you can see on your screen. Will Riley, the 7th batter to the plate in this inning, digs in. Just 1 hit in this inning for Brisbane, 4 runs.
So that's 15 in 10 innings, because there was only 6 innings in the first game, right?
Right.
They didn't have Brisbane.
6 innings on the mound. Yes, you're right.
They didn't have
Good
to
call.
bat.
0-1 is popped up shallow right field. Glendening pouncing in. It's down in front of him. They're going to get a force at second. He just deked Fritsch right there. A high IQ play from Robbie Glendening. He was playing well back, knew that he wasn't going to get there, lifted his glove up, which forced Frisch to take a shuffle back to the bag. And then once it dropped in front of him, it was an easy 9-6 fielder's choice. There was the deke. Good play from an infielder by trade in Robbie Glendening. There you go, 9-6 fielder's choice.
Yeah.
There's another random one. 2 down for Jacob Robson. Good jump at first from Riley. Throw from Moore on a hop. Not in time. Might have clipped Riley right there. So he'll take second base. And here's Robson with a 1-0 count now, and he's 2 for 2.
Yeah, he's been terrific.
Rolled up the line. Count evens up at 1-1. 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Call from the third base umpire, Koki Suzuki. Get another look here. Good call.
Yeah,
Did he go?
I think you're right.
Robson, the 8th hitter to the plate in this inning. 1-2 the count, excuse me. Pitch. Carried down low. Count evens up.
Time's up.
Max Durrington on deck. Pitch. Upstairs, 3-2 now.
3-2.
Payoff. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 4. Another walk. 5th of the inning now. And 6th of the night here in game 2. And we're going to see a meeting at the mound, and this likely will be it as Joey Steele ready to go in the bullpen down the right field line. So Brett Irwin, 3 really strong innings and then got into trouble here in the 4th. 5 walks in the frame, a grand slam from Hyun-Chan and Max Durrington will be due up with runners at first and second here with 2 away. Joey Steele coming in. We'll tell you all about the right-hander when we come back.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with OmniGraphics for your next printing project.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. 4-0 Brisbane after the grand slam from Hyun-Chan and the Bandits aren't done yet. They have runners at first and second with 2 down, and right-hander Joey Steele into the game for his second outing of the series. Pitched a scoreless inning 2 nights ago, and he has been really good over his last handful of appearances, and he'll be a big gun out of the pen for John Diebel to get down the stretch run here in the ABL season. Max Durrington due up here, the 9th hitter to the plate in this inning for Brisbane.
Yeah, and we talked about him earlier, 17-year-old signed with the Athletics, big signing bonus. Never been an Australian father-son duo reach the major leagues, and his dad Trent played for the Angels and the, who else did I say he played for? Anyway, his dad played, and if Max reaches, it'll be the first time that is done.
Unbelievable. First pitch is a breaking ball called for a strike, 0-1.
Angels and Brewers. I should have known that with the Dave Nielsen connection. Angels and Brewers. Athletics have had a number of Aussies, of course. Grant Balfour, Travis Blackley, Luke Hughes.
0-1 from Steele. Inside it low, 1-1. I mean, how cool is it? We've seen Australian baseball really grow over the last couple of years, and it's because of stories like this.
Liam Hendricks is another one.
Absolutely.
Forgot about him.
Maybe see Durrington on a future Team Australia club, as that one's ruled foul. 1-2 has obviously repped the country in the past in different tournaments and so forth, but seems poised to be a part of the big club.
Exciting young prospect.
Great to be connected with the A's, too, because you don't have to change your Team Australia colors, green and gold, right?
That's very true.
1-2 the count here on Durrington. Robson at first, Riley at second. Steele set, The 1-2. Just got a piece. Fouls it straight back. Count will hold.
The other thing is, by the time he reaches the majors, they'll probably be in Las Vegas. A couple of years' time, right? Doesn't have to worry about Sacramento or wherever, Salt Lake City, or wherever they play in the interim.
Yes, nothing's official yet, but it's part of the plan. But yes, they will be in Sacramento for the next couple of seasons. 1-2, breaking ball down low. 2-2, they'll be playing at a AAA ballpark.
Crazy.
It gets hot over there, too, and, of course, it's an outdoor stadium, so it's going to be tough, but the Athletics have been spending some money this offseason, adding Luis Severino. They were in the conversation for Max Fried, Walker Buehler, I believe, too.
Hard to believe they're spending money, isn't it?
2-2 from Steele. Breaking ball, froze him, called strike 3. Joey comes in and gets out of trouble as he limits the damage to 4 runs. But the big highlight, the grand slam from Hyun Chan breaks things open. Brisbane leads 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Get another look right here. A hanging breaking ball, and he sent it way back into the Melbourne night sky. For home run number 6, RBIs 15, 16, 17, and 18. Brisbane up 4-0. We'll be back after this.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Look at this. Big hug after a little race victory. And he's coming home. Can they finish the landing? Well, one of them couldn't, but the other, yes. What a moment in our punt 1-2-3 race here at the ballpark. Having a good time.
Absolutely.
Well, Gunnar Kynes, after a long rest in what was a lengthy 9-batter 4th inning, comes back out with a 4-0 lead. 6 strikeouts for the left-hander through 3 shutout frames. He'll get Robbie Glendening to lead things off. Ace is looking to strike here. Kynes' first pitch of the 4th, here it is. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Second time through the order for Kynes here against the Aces, so that's a plus. On top of that, maybe the long rest could help
tired him out.
Get him out of rhythm, maybe. 0-1 is charged on the line to center. Robson just in to make the catch. One away. Good contact from Robbie, but right at the center fielder. 2 pitches, 1 out. That makes way to Greg Bird, who struck out his first time up. How do you think you'd fare in the punt 1-2-3 race?
You know, I'm a little out of shape, but I'd be okay.
Should do it one time.
No, thank you.
Bird skies this out to shallow center. Coming in is Robson, going out as a Yang. It's Robson again. 2 away.
Very good communication there. Robson clearly calling Yang off.
So here's Darryl George. Game number 379 for him, the 5th most in Australian Baseball League history. Struck out his first time up. It's looking to be a quick inning for Kynes. 3 pitches to get 2 outs. Got to imagine Darryl will probably try to piece together a long at-bat. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, doesn't look. I don't think the long layoff hurt him.
Picking up right where he left off, right?
He is.
Ace is now down to their final 10 outs here in a 7-inning game. Weak wave and a miss at a changeup, 0-2.
1 hit for the Aces, only 3 for Brisbane, but one of them, of course, was that grand slam from
Yeah, you mentioned it over our break. 4 runs on 1 hit in that last inning.
3 walks and a grand slam. That'll do it.
Yeah. Here's the 0-2 to George. Swing and a miss. Got him for strike 3. Gunnar Kynes is making a statement tonight. 7 strikeouts through 4 shutout innings. We get to the top of the 5th. It's been all Brisbane today. They lead 4-0.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialties. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Aces trail Brisbane 4-0. Should mention Quest Flemington is the accommodation partner of your Melbourne Aces. Quest Flemington proud to be the longest standing sponsor of the ball club.
Back at it here at Melbourne Ballpark. A Yankees hat. I think that's probably the most common hat I've seen
Easily.
here. I've seen Yankees hats all over the city. And I'm sure most people wearing them aren't even aware it's a Yankees hat, but it's like wearing a Nike logo.
I made a joke about a Yankees hat on Twitter and got a lot of response. I'll have to see if I could dig it up.
Oh, I need to find this.
But it's clearly the number 1 hat here. There was a brief little time when the Red Sox when they won, everyone sort of jumped on the bandwagon, but Yankees still clearly the leader.
John Diebel won a couple rings with the Red Sox.
He did
his time
indeed.
scouting with them. For 6
Here it is.
World Series rings.
Dodgers win, shattering for the thousands of Australians with Yankee hats who probably didn't even know the World Series was on.
There you go.
It did very well.
My cart deleted off.
In the hundreds of likes for that.
So that was recently. That was this year.
Right after this when the Dodgers won.
That's fantastic. 1-0 the count here with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Down and in ball 2-0. They're probably like, oh, Yankees are a sports team? Do they play soccer or something?
Well, I think so many Aussies go to New York.
Yes,
and when you're in New York, you get a hat. You usually get a Yankees hat, right?
I think just culturally, too. There's so many celebrities that wear them. Look out in the dugout again.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. I mean, same with L.A. People that go to L.A. often do get a Dodgers hat as well. My wife has a Dodgers hat from the time we lived in L.A. She could care less about the Dodgers.
I have a great story. My girlfriend, when she went to L.A. for the first time, kept saying she wanted an L.A. hat. Here's the 2-1.
Oh.
Inside 3-1. And so she tells her friend, where can I get an L.A. hat? I really want one. And he goes, you mean a Dodgers hat? And I was so disappointed. I was like, what are we doing? But there you go. She's in the same boat as the Australians, I guess. Here's the 3-1 to Hart. Rope down the line at foul. 3-2 the count. Do you think they think it's a New York hat?
Maybe. Yeah.
Mets fans don't.
No, and you do see a few Mets hats. And when you see a Mets hat, you pretty much know they're a Mets fan. I don't think you go to New York as a tourist and get a Mets hat.
Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball of beauty.
That's a great pitch.
Bring him up for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs, both looking for Joey Steele. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th inning. Take another look. This is a gorgeous pitch.
Oh. That was.
Perfectly placed. Here's Brendan McNair. Joey Steele's looked really good over his last handful of outings. Back to his normal form that we saw last year. Pitch is outside ball 1. Got a late start in the American Association this year with the Winnipeg Gold Eyes, but it was a key relief arm for them as well. 1-0. Good breaking ball. It's working tonight, 1-1.
Yeah, there it is again.
Joey picked up the win back on Friday night yesterday. Gosh, that really does feel like Friday night does feel like a few nights ago after a couple of games today. Next pitch is down and away, 2-1. First win of the year for Joey. Sean Morimondo got the start, 6 innings of 2-run baseball for him. Another quality start for the left-hander. 2-1 to McNair. Strike called, 2-2.
So you're kind of in the same boat you were in game 1, right? You just don't want Brisbane to get any more runs, and you got to hope the bats come alive in the last 3 innings.
That's the hope. 9 outs to work with now. 2-2 is outside. 3-2 the count. And it just feels like this Melbourne lineup is a sleeping giant waiting to be awoken. They're more than capable of a big frame here. And we'll see if they can piece one together. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Joey Steele. 3 consecutive punch-outs to start his night here in Game 2 of the doubleheader.
Yeah, that's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Call him Man of Steel.
Wow.
Sure he's heard that one before. Here's Namoe Yang. Joey looks for a 1-2-3 inning.
And, Yang is 0 for 0. 2 walks. 2 walks tonight. Also scored a run on that grand slam.
He was ready to swing the bat. Jumps on the first pitch and flies it to center. Aaron Whitefield has it at his tracks. Phenomenal inning from Joey Steele. 4 up, 4 down for the right-hander out of the pen. He's picked up 3 strikeouts along the way. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Logan Moore leads things off when we return. 4-0 Brisbane.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Back at it here at Melbourne Ballpark. A look at the battery tonight for Brisbane. It's been the leading point for the Bandits here in Game 2. A couple of Aces fans looking for some run support here. That battery, Gunnar Kynes, who's tossed 4 innings and struck out 7 batters, is not allowed to run. And the catcher, Hyung Chan responsible for all 4 runs driven in tonight for Brisbane with a grand slam that came back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, huge hit. 3 walks and then a grand slam, as we talked about. Doesn't matter how you get on base, if you get on base. And the walks loaded him up and brought him home.
Have you ever tried one of those beer bats?
Have not. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know if I could handle it, to be honest with you.
They look kind of cool. I sort of just prefer a can or a bottle. It's just me, but they are pretty cool.
Here's Logan Moore to start things off. First pitch from Gunnar Kynes. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I'm not the demographic either. I'm broadcasting game. Imagine me up here with a big beer bat.
I was saying, if you're at a footy game, a cricket game, I don't know if they would sell a footy-sized cup. I don't know. The one's outside. Kind of evens up at 1-1.
Yeah, have it like gigantic football.
It'd be like a bowl.
Yeah.
Moore struck out back in the 2nd inning. Kynes a tough matchup for a left-handed hitter. 1-1. 1-2. That'll be Moore, McCullough, and Belbin in this inning. Burke after that, 4 consecutive left-handed bats.
Yeah, just thinking that.
Perfect lane for Kynes here late in this contest. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Number 8 on the night, and Logan Moore doesn't like it. He shares some words with Jeff Dunn. 1 punch out away is Kynes for matching his season high of 9. Here's Chris Burke now. Or Morgan McCullough, excuse me. First pitch. Shows bunt and pops it foul straight back.
Oh! The kid dropped it. Oh. Gets booed from the party there.
I think it was the man on the right, actually. Let's get another look right here. Chipped it over to the netting. Who's got it? Was it the kid or the man? Oh, I think it was the man. Look at his reaction. He didn't look happy with himself.
Okay, well, that's good then. If they're booing him, that's better than booing a kid.
I was going to say.
Jeez. I think pretty harsh crowd.
0-1 is found straight back. 0-2. Well, speaking of New York sports fans, right?
I was going to say, New York or Philly, they would boo a kid, without a doubt.
Yes. Kynes ahead at no balls and 2 strikes. Check swing. Did he go? Appeal to third. Koki Suzuki says he went around.
Wow.
McCullough doesn't like it. 2 up, 2 down, 3 consecutive punch-outs. That's 9 for Kynes. Ties his season high. He's reached that threshold 3 times this year as we get another look. Tough to tell. It was close. Down low to Belbin, 1-0. Last time Kynes struck out 10 was when he was with Perth in 2022 against Geelong. He's 1 away from matching that right here. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Vicious rip from Jared. 1-1.
That would be the much lamented Geelong Korea club.
Yes.
Fun,
he also did it
fun
against.
team to watch.
Yeah, just down the street, right?
Mm.
Also did it against Geelong in 2020. So Geelong definitely not happy when they see Gunnar Kynes on the mound. 1-2 the count on Belbin. Well, Kynes a strike away from matching his ABL career high.
1-2. Fight.
And remember, 7-inning game.
1-2. Swing and a miss. There it is. Double-digit punch-outs for Gunnar Kynes. Ties his ABL career high with 10 strikeouts. And he's counting still here, just finishing the 5th inning. We are to the top of the 6th. It's 4-0 Bandits here on Aces TV. Top of the 6th inning here in this 7-inning contest. It's the Aces and the Bandits as we get going here. Bandits lead at 4-0 as you get a look at Joey Steele throwing his fine up warm-up tosses, and he's been really good tonight.
Australian Sports Technologies Network provides leadership in the development of local sports technologies. ASTN helps sports tech companies scale and commercialize into international markets. Since 2012, ASTN has been an industry-led ecosystem of top tech firms, national sporting organizations, research institutions, distributors, and investors.
Yi Chung Wong leads things off against Steele. First pitch is a fastball. Ran across for a strike. Steele going to get 6, 7, and 8 here in the Bandits lineup. Brisbane now 6 outs away from a doubleheader sweep. Swing and a miss for strike 2, 0-2. Which would be such a feel-good moment for them after a couple of real tough ones the last couple of nights. And who knows, maybe boost some momentum down the stretch. 0-2 is charged up to fairly deep left center field. Chris Burke ranges over. Just in front of the track, makes the catch for out number 1. 5 in a row retired for Steele to open his outing tonight. Here's Hyun Chan the difference in this game. Launched a grand slam out to deep left center field. And that one swing is the deciding factor in this game. First pitch. Bends down low, 1-0. So Steele currently through an inning and 2/3 now. His season high is 2 frames. Benson for the sign. Now he's ready. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count evens up at 1-1. One play the Aces might look back on was before the grand slam. The potential strike him out, throw him out double play. 1-1. Down low, 2-1. And normally I wouldn't bring that up just because a walk is a walk and it eliminated the chance. But when Logan Moore made the throw down, he did call the runner out at second base. And so you look back knowing that if that wasn't called strike 3, it would have ended the inning. There's not much of a what if, except the fact that it was called ball 4 on a borderline spot.
It was very close, yeah.
And I was thinking back to Moore on that strikeout back in the 5th inning, and he was chatting with Jeff Dunn, and maybe that was a part of the conversation. Similar spot away from him. 2-2. Swing, and this one stung. McCulloch will stab it on a hop and throw over, 2 away. Good play.
Made that hard play look easy.
Real easy.
Jeez.
So 2 up, 2 down. 6 in a row retired now from Steele as we get another look.
That's a hard hit shot. It just casually sort of fields that. Look at that.
Making it look easy.
Wow.
Here's Dermot Frisch now. He's 0 for 1. Popped to second, walked back in the 4th.
Party deck giving him a hard time. Giving him a real hard time with his hair flying out of the back of that helmet.
He's had a good series.
Absolutely.
0-1. Good. Bender in there for a strike, 0-2.
I'll make these guys nights if he strikes out here. And all he has to do is point at the scoreboard, right?
Exactly. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front of a breaking ball. There's their strikeout. That's the 4th of the night for Steele. He has been fantastic. 7 up, 7 down for the right-hander. Bottom of the 6th on its way. Aces trailing 4-0.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking, and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back. There's the party deck. They've been rowdy all day long, getting 14 innings of baseball in today. Before we get ready for Gunnar Kynes' 6th inning of work, let's take a look at our play of the game brought to you by Aces Sporting Club. It's a couple of plays. Chris Burke beating out this infield single on a tricky hop to Mike Hart, getting that jersey dirty right there. He was shining defensively in Game 1, and then in Game 2, showing us the other side of his game, taking off for second and stealing his first base of the year. Covered in dirt, but it's worth it. A single for Burke. That's the only hit the Aces have tonight against Gunnar Kynes. Again, your play of the game brought to you by the Aces Sporting Club, a premium golf practice facility based in Altona, right here out of Melbourne. They host birthdays, engagements, key milestones, and more. For more info, visit acesportingclub.com.au. Well, speaking of whom, Chris Burke will lead things off. 9-1-2 against Kynes. Third baseman Frisch well in front of the bag at third, defending a potential bunt. First pitch is inside. Burke backs out of the way, 1-0.
And again, like last game, not to repeat myself, just need to get some guys on, create a little pressure, get a little rally going.
Burke's been a lightning rod all year long. Strike called 1-1. Looking to spark a rally, especially with the top of the lineup looming on deck. Aaron Whitefield, Jared Dale, and Robbie Glendenning due up later in this inning. Kynes winds and fires the 1-1. Strike called 1-2.
Jeez, he's just as sharp now as he was in the first inning.
1-2.
10 punch-outs for Kynes on the season, or on the game tonight. That's a season high. Tied for a career high in the ABL as well. 1-2. Up and away.
So
2-2.
That's 10 strikeouts in 5 innings.
It's incredible.
That's 2 an inning.
Jeez.
That's insane.
He has been lights out. Two. This one smoked. This time smothered by Hart. What a play. Mike Hart has had a day defensively. Takes away a potential leadoff knock.
That's a heartbreaker for Berkey. He hit that really well. So many times we see that get by or get down the line, but it's right there. And as he said, Max, really nice play from Mike Hart, who has been very good in this doubleheader.
Having a good day offensively, too. Look at Dovidas Nevarowskis starting to get warmed up. First pitch to Whitefield, taken inside, ball 1.
Just in, yeah.
One-0. Slashed foul, 1-1. Most strikeouts in a game this year, by the way. 17 as a team, as this one's rolled inside the bag. Couldn't have rolled it better. Whitefield will range into second, and he'll get in there without a play. The ball's now bobbled. Digging for 3. He's in there. There's a spark for the Aces. Aaron Whitefield in safely. At least a double, potentially a triple. And the first run of the night, 90 feet away for Melbourne.
Yeah, that's a great effort by Whitey. That's where you wanted Burke's hit to go, but Whitefield goes in the corner, bounces around a little bit. I think that's clearly a triple.
Second of the year for Aaron. He has the only 2 for Melbourne this year. Took him until round 6 last weekend to hit a triple, by the way. In a similar play where it looked like he was slowing up at second and then decided to turn on the Jets late. Second hit of the day for the Aces, and it is ruled a triple for Aaron. So here's Jared Dale now. Teeth of the Aces lineup due up here. First pitch from Kynes. Down low, scoots away, but down by 4. Whitefield will hold.
Yep. You get the sense if something's going to happen, Max, it's going to happen now. Dale, Glendenning, Bird, George.
Absolutely. The 6th inning was a big one for the Aces last game, too. 1-0. Pop foul. Count evens up at 1-1.
Looks like Brisbane's just going to keep rolling with Kynes, by the way. We'll see if no one's even up stretching, even if he were to get into any sort of trouble at this point.
Would have to move quickly, I'll tell you that. This one rolled to third. Tricky hop for Frisch. It scoots past him. Whitefield will score. Everybody's safe, and they're getting into it here at Melbourne Ballpark. There's the break they needed for 1 Brisbane here in the 6th. Ate him up right there.
That's like the double for the guys in the party deck for striking out to end the inning and then booting that ground ball down third base. They went nuts, but as you say, very important for the Aces. And you do have a meeting on the mound here with Kynes, and now someone is up throwing. As you said, Max, they'd have to get up and do it pretty quickly, and they are up quickly. Looks like using my binoculars here, it's not that tall, so to look over the top, sort of a sidearm submarine. 30 or 40? Is there a 30 or a 40?
40 would be Sam Holland. 30 would be Jake Burns, who catches.
Yeah.
So Sam Holland is
another veteran.
Long conversation, too. I'm sure slowing things down for him as this is unraveling a little bit. There's Holland right there. Good look at the submariner. The 2 maybe giving him some time to warm up.
Absolutely.
That is ruled an E5 on the third baseman, Frisch. Still giving RBI to Dale. 10 on the season for him. Well, here's Robbie Glendenning. If he can reach, Greg Bird's the tying run on deck. 80 pitches for Kynes. Starting to falter for the first time tonight. Check to first, and they are definitely trying to burn some time for Holland. Long meeting at the mound and then a pick to first. Holland with the submarine delivery, too. Recipe for a ground ball in a tough spot, so I'm sure trying to get to him as quick as they can if this inning continues to unravel. First pitch. Strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. Robbie's 0 for 1, walked in the first, lined out sharply to center in the 4th as well. Dale with good speed over there at first base, 2nd on the team in stolen bags. He's got 4, including 1 last night. Check to first, no, a pitch. Buckled me. Down low, ball 1. Pull shift on for Robbie. Driven in a run in each of the first 2 games he's played in this series. Didn't play in game 1 of the doubleheader. 1-1. Swing, and this one sent in the air, shallow center, going back as a Yang. Makes the catch, 2 away. Good bounce back for Kynes, who looks to get through 6 here.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it, when you get that pop-up. Just didn't get any of it.
Makes way to Greg Bird, and this is probably the last batter for Kynes, with a right-handed hitter and Darryl George on deck.
Yep.
Bird is 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging in the first and flew out to center in the 4th. Pull shift on for Bird. A lot of room on the left side of the infield. Frisch, the third baseman, basically playing shortstop right now. Check to first. No contest as Dale gets back in standing up. Another check to first base. Dale back in. Again, unlimited disengagements.
Yeah.
So he can move over there as much as he wants. Through all these pickoff attempts, he's probably gotten Holland in the pen an extra 5 warm-up pitches. First pitch. Bird shows bunt. Tries to push it down the third base line. 0-1.
Interesting.
Thinking he's seeing Frisch
Intriguing.
basically playing shortstop right now.
I do get that. He's
Tying runs on deck, so
speed is not great, but yeah, I guess if he catches him off guard. It's good thinking. Nothing wrong with that.
again, if he could reach George, the tying run on deck. 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, I like the thinking a lot. And if the bunt's placed perfectly, I might have been able to pull it off.
Just looking to keep the line moving here. First time the Aces have found traction offensively in Game 2. Dale back in safely.
Crowd's got to start getting a little bit, get on Kynes a little bit more every time. We need a little more booing here. Disappointed in the crowd. They boo it. Guy missing the catch here, but not Kynes for wasting time.
He's set on the third base side of the hill. 1-1. Swing, and this one stung, but right at Will Riley. He throws over to end the inning. He squared it up, but to no avail. A run for the Aces on a triple from Whitefield, then the E5 from Frisch allows him to score. We head to the top of the 7th. It's 4-1 Brisbane.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than specials, we have specialty. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
Back at Melbourne Ballpark, a look at a new arm of the mound for the Aces, Dovydas Neverauskas, making his first appearance of the series and first appearance since Game 2 of last Saturday's doubleheader at Canberra. Tossed a scoreless inning on 15 pitches, and he has been really effective for the Aces in the bullpen this year. Entering tonight, 6 outings, 7 1/3 of an inning's work, 2.45 ERA, 1 save as well to his name. Opponent's inning, $1.25 against him. Joey Steele with a season-high 2 1/3 of an inning's work did not allow a base runner and struck out 4 Bandits in the process. 4-1 Brisbane. Aces pushed across 1 on the triple from Whitefield. Would eventually score on an E5 later in the inning. 9-1-2 due up against the Lithuanian right-hander. Will Riley will lead things off. Max Tanter here alongside Ed Wyatt. Appreciate you spending your Saturday night with us here at Melbourne Ballpark. First pitch to Riley's a drag bunt foul, 0-1. Game 1 of the doubleheader, the Bandits won 4-2. And in Game 2, they look poised for another win, which would set up a deciding Game 5 tomorrow.
Huge game tomorrow if this result holds.
So far this day has been best case scenario for Shane Watson, and his Bandits have been playing some gutsy baseball. Oh, 1. 1-1. So I would imagine Sam Holland, who was warming up earlier, will come in for the 7th inning trying to shut it down.
Well, just as you say that, we've got someone else. Holland was potentially a pitcher, a starter tomorrow, potentially. So I'm thinking maybe. 1-2. He's still out there, as is number 56.
That would be Zhang-Hee Yang.
Right.
Down low, 2-2 the count. It's Carter Hope who got the save in game 1. Tossed it inning in 2/3 and racked up 4 strikeouts. Struck out the last 3 batters he faced. Next pitch is called strike 3. Neverauskas starts his night punching a ticket. Riley down on strikes to start the 7th. Lineup will flip over for Jacob Robson. He's had a good day. 2 for 2 here in game 2. Also walked. 2 for 3 in game 1 with an RBI. First pitch. Fastball. Misses upstairs. 1-0.
Yeah, he really turned it around, didn't he?
Went over in game 1, and since then has picked up hits in each of the last 3 games. At least 2 hits in those contests. 1-0. Swinging a foul off the mask of Moore. He's all right. 1-1. For the Aces in the 7th, down to their final 3 outs, they'll send out George, Moore, and McCullough, 5, 6, and 7 in their lineup. 0-1. Up and away. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch here from Melbourne Ballpark. Pre-game show at just about 12:50. 1-1. 2-1.
Should be warmer tomorrow. I think it's looking 25-ish. So
very nice.
Nice day at the park.
Had some cloudy days for our day games, but I remember the one against Perth in round 4 ended up becoming a little bit more sunnier towards the end, because this one's taken upstairs ball 4. Aces bullpen hasn't walked anyone until now. But that is the 7th walk from the staff, as tonight's starter, Brett Irwin, did walk 6, including 5 in that 4th inning, leading to that grand slam to Young Chan That is the deciding swing in this game. Here's Max Durrington now. He's 1 for 3, singled, and then is struck out looking a couple of times. First pitch. Fouled away for strike 1. And again, the line isn't ideal for Irwin, but he looked really good in his first 3 innings. Got a couple of timely double plays, struck out 2 batters, didn't allow a run, and got the ticket for the 4th inning. It just seemed that he ran out of steam a little bit. Ended up throwing 86 pitches tonight. Up and away, 1-1.
Yeah, and then those walks, obviously, you don't need to repeat it again, but I will anyway. 3 consecutive walks in the Grand Slam home run. So 1 hit, 4 runs.
1-1. Upstairs, 2-1 the count. Double play in order. The Aces have twisted 2 of them tonight. 2-1. This one's cranked out to left center field. Fairly deep, about medium depth. Chris Burke makes the catch. 2 outs. That'll make way to Mike Hart, who's 0 for 3 today. Crowd has stuck around for the most part. It was announced attendance of 1,732. here today. Second consecutive day in which the Aces have reached the 1,700 number. Runner goes, pitches a breaking ball upstairs. Ball won't even leave the crouch. Stolen base for Robson. 1-0 the count. Good pitch to run on right there with the slow breaking ball. One 0. 2-0. Full shift on for the left-hander Hart, who has a lot of thunder in his bat. 2 homers and what's game number 16 for him. Swing, and he fits this one into shallow center. It'll drop for a base hit. Robson with great speed racing around. Here's Whitefield's throw. It's late. RBI single for Mike Hart as Brisbane tacks on an insurance run. It's 5-1.
Yeah, it's a big run. Just claws back that run the Aces got in the 6th.
Take another look. Good piece of hitting. Just muscled it into shallow center field for a base hit. And with Robson's speed at second, no chance they were going to get him at home. Here's Brendan McNair. 0 for 2. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. For Hart, that's RBI number 8 for him on the season. He's had a good day. A single, a double, and now an RBI single here as well. One out.
Ball 2.
2-0. It'll be interesting to see who the Aces go with as their starter. Off the top of my head, maybe Jack Fox is a candidate. Strike called 2-1. Again, their previous 2 starters for the back end of their series were Kyosuke Saito and Taito Takashima, who returned to Japan along with Taiki Ono. And so there are some holes to fill, especially in a 5-game series now.
Yes.
McNair sends this one up towards the moon. Bird by the mound squeezes it to end the inning. Not before Brisbane pushes across another run on a hit. No errors. They leave a runner to highlight the RBI single from Mike Hart. Last chance for the Aces as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Daryl George leads things off when we come back. 5-1 Bandits.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
That party deck has been rowdy tonight, looking for some more reasons to shout as the Aces down to their final 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 5-1. New pitcher on the mound for Brisbane in relief of Gunnar Kynes, who was fantastic tonight. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, allowed just 1 run. Gunnar Kynes, or make that Sam Holland into the game in relief for Kynes. Not a same situation for him with Brisbane up by 4 runs, 5-1, but he has been really good this year. 2.77 ERA, 6 outings, 1 start, 13 strikeouts at 13 innings. Opponents hitting 149, a microscopic whip of 0.69. Look at that. Little submariner. He's going to get George, Moore, and McCullough.
30-year-old veteran, 10th season with the Bandits, native Queenslander, of course. 5 seasons with the Padres and Angels, made it to High A with a career 12-7 record and 2.70 ERA. Not bad. One of those ABL veterans you can always sort of count on. And that's what Shane Watson is doing here in the last of the 7th, the Aces' last opportunity.
Indeed. 129th appearance of the career in the ABL for Sam Holland. A Brisbane native on top of that. Darryl getting a little roll call here to start things off in the 7th inning. First pitch. Inside, 1-0. And it'll be Darryl George, Logan Moore, Morgan McCullough here in the 7th. The Aces down by 4. Still could tie it with one swing if they were to load the bases. 1-1. They're looking for a reason to scream up there in the party deck.
A foul ball. Hey.
Darryl's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts on his night. 1-1. Swing, and he sends this deep out to right center field. Robson back, so is Wong. It's Wong right on the edge of the track to make the grab. 1 away. Brisbane 2 outs away from a doubleheader sweep. Got to tip your cap to this effort from them today. They have showed a lot of grit and have pieced together some really gutsy performances on the pitching side and offensively too.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we alluded to, tomorrow's game becomes really important for the Aces.
It's a Melbourne team that has scored 16 runs in the first 2 games, 9 on Thursday, 7 last night. Or flip that, excuse me. Either way, 16 in 2 games, and they've limited them to 3 runs now. Here through 2 today. Here's Logan Moore, the 1-0. Big swing, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom, but you really don't want to lose. You lose that game tomorrow, you've lost the series against the team on the bottom of the ladder at home, a place where you play your best baseball. That's tough. It's a big game tomorrow.
Absolutely. 1-1. 2-1. And again, Melbourne currently holds that last playoff spot, so if Brisbane has any hopes of pulling off what would be just an incredible comeback, which there's still time to do it. We're in round 7, 3 rounds after this.
Yep.
This is where you start. 2-1. 3-1. Moore looking to put the ball in play for the first time here in game 2. Couple of strikeouts. 3-1. Down low, ball 4. Maybe the start of something special here in the 7th. Morgan McCullough to the plate.
Well, you don't have Kynes in there. That's a good start.
How about first base coach Jonathan Tripp over there?
I saw that earlier, actually. Probably having a conversation with the runner on first. He's quite a storyteller.
He is. He's a great storyteller. First pitch to McCullough, taking all the way a strike, 0-1. Morgan's only hit of the day came in the first inning of game 1, sent that single to center. There's Tripp.
There he is.
Looks like a first base coach with that facial hair and the hair flowing out.
Does.
Pitch is down low, 1-1.
It definitely doesn't suit his personality. He's he's well-spoken, super nice, laid-back dude. I don't know. The haircut just kind of doesn't,
It's got that flow.
I don't know.
Texas flow.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that.
1-1. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2. Had a great conversation with him yesterday just about his performance on Thursday. Gave a lot of credit to Mitch Edwards, his catcher that night, Peter Moylan, Sean Moramondo, his rotation mate. 1-2. Just a little bit low, count evens up.
And the fact that you didn't add into the Aces media guide was that he once owned a 3-legged dog.
Yes, that is right.
Could stick that in there.
Absolutely. I forget the name. Was it Rodeo?
Rodeo, yeah.
I think it was.
I think it was Rodeo.
And then he almost got another 3-legged dog
Very
named
good.
Tripp.
Yes, that's right.
2-2. Strike 3 called. Got him at the top of the zone. No argument from McCullough.
That's a good pitch.
2 down now. The Bandits an out away from capping quite a day here in Melbourne. Get another look.
Yeah, that's just a really filthy pitch.
Tough to pick up. It's like he's throwing a wiffle ball up there.
It does look like that. You're right.
Last chance for Brisbane, for Melbourne make that, is Jared Belbin, as Brisbane looking poised to pick up the twin bill sweep. First pitch. Down straight back, 0-1. Your line score so far, 5 runs, 5 hits in error for Brisbane, a run on 2 hits. No errors for the Aces. We're not being held on at first again, with Brisbane up by 4 and out away from the win. 0-1. Swing, and this one served into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Jared Belbin has swung it really well here at Melbourne Ballpark. That's his first hit here of Game 2. First and second with 2 down, and hey,
all right.
Who knows as we get another look at the Belbin single, but if Burke reaches, Aaron Whitefield's the tying run.
Yep.
Just want a shot. That's all you ask for.
And Burke hit it hard last time up. Just nice play from Mike Hart at first to keep that from going to extra bases.
He's 1 for 2 today. It was the softer one that resulted in the base hit, oddly enough. So Moore at second, Belbin at first. All Holland is worrying about now, though, is Chris Burke. First pitch is sent out in the air to center. Robson has it measured. Camps underneath it, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Brisbane Bandits, after a couple of tough losses in the first 2 games of the set, storm back and sweep the Aces in a twin bill on a Saturday night to even the series at 2 games apiece. What a gutsy day for them. Got to tip your cap. Really good performance from Brisbane all around. 9-18 they move to on the year, while the Aces fall to 12-14.
Yeah, superb performance from Brisbane. And like I said, there's a lot to say about a team that got pummeled in those first 2 games, and they look pretty downcast. Body language is not great. To come back and do this today, very, very important, special, very gutsy win. For the Aces, disappointing, and I think part of the issue, Max, and we've talked about this, you had a couple of unknowns. You had 2 pitchers that really were essentially making their ABL debuts. You don't know what to get out of that. That said, the bats weren't exactly singing, but, you had a quirky rain-delayed game, both these games 7-inning games, so I don't know how much you can read into that as if this were a 9-inning game. I think you could assess it a little bit more. I think John D will probably just say, we got to trash these 2, forget about them, got to win tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well said. Again, Brisbane wins Game 1 4-2, wins Game 2 5-1. As we take another look at the big swing in this one, Young Chan base is loaded and sends a grand slam to deep left center field. It was a skyscraping blast, but he got plenty of it. Again, Brett Irwin looked really good in his first 3 innings of work, but 3 consecutive walks to lead to this grand slam. Is so fired up he almost lost his footing, but that doesn't matter. His 6th homer of the season. He has been so good for them this season. The other limelight for Brisbane tonight was Gunnar Kimes, the former ace, in his return to the Melbourne mound. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 10 strikeouts. Not only a season high for him, but ties a career high. He's now done it 3 times in his ABL career. That's all we got here from Melbourne Ballpark. A huge thank you to our Sportscast Australia crew, working so hard here tonight. Double shift, 14 innings. They were here in the morning. Like a 6-7 hour day. A big tip of the cap to them. We appreciate their hard work. For my broadcast partner, Ed White, I'm Max Tanzer. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow at about 12:50 for the final game of this series. It'll decide the series as Brisbane ties it up at 2 games apiece. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow.
This broadcast is powered by Sportscast Australia.